the fabulous 8-Bit Bros program. You can check them out here on Ironic Radio Network. 8-Bit Bros. That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m., Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
Oh, what up, people? Welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Bros. It is Thirsty Thursday, like every other Thursday, otherwise known as AKA the Late Edition. With that being said, we have a great show planned for you. But before we do that, here's the PSA that we always give you. Not a kid-friendly show.
Nope.
Adult language. Adult content.
Ooh.
Do the right thing and put your little children in the closet.
Oh, politically correct tonight. Welcome back to another fun, tabulous, fact-filled fucking debacle we like to call the 8-Bit Bro Show. Center box gets a square.
What up, people?
That's around to the left, me, Webboy 846 miles south. In the right box, the one and only Thumping Loud. Gentlemen, what's going on? Did you go out?
It's Thursday.
Did you go to a bar at all?
Nope.
No. Okay. McDonald's is all set up.
Every bar is all set up.
Yeah,
Dorchester has the half the parking lot cordoned off.
They got a good chunk of the parking lot.
Yep. They got a big, like you go to a country fair, the tent that you go eat your food under.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big one.
Nice.
I think they're sharing it with like the
Probably
pizzeria maybe and the diner that's over there.
Yeah,
Not sure, but
Maloney's has the back patio now.
Yeah, they built that over quarantine.
Yeah. I did redid that whole place. Floors, everything.
I know, I watched it happen.
Yeah.
Some things I'm cool with, some things I'm like
the lighting wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked in there. I was like, what is this? He goes, oh, you got to see this. Turn that shit on. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. It would have been better with the TV there, where it was. Would have been good.
And then I said, so that light wall goes great with your lighting over the bar.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he's like, yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much? $12? All right, thanks. I'm out.
But Monahan House has a whole front parking lot. It was cool. Played bags, had some beers, ate a pizza.
Is that all they're serving?
No, burgers. It's a takeout menu. Very limited. Burgers, Jersey burger, pork roll, egg and cheese. On a hamburger. It's delicious. Couple other things on the menu. Only like 6-8 items. I tried to get the NASCAR special. $2.75 drafts, $13.50 buckets during races. Well, I was there Wednesday night. Isn't there a race on? Can't I get the special? That didn't go over too well.
I didn't think it would. They're like, we've made no money in months. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, man, I'll tell you, my bartenders are making money. I mean, I know I'm dropping 20s, whatever. It doesn't matter what the bill is. Tuesday night was $17.50. Here's 40. Have a nice day. Bye. You know?
Is it all the same bartenders?
Yes, it is. Yes. And Rich himself is there, which is kind of cool to get to talk to him, get to know him a little bit. He's not that much of a dick. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I did. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to go to Maloney's last night, but we wound up going back to Monahan House with Kehoe. And then she was here. And then it was get the fuck out. But, it sucks. Everything closes at 8 o'clock. Here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. 8 o'clock. Bye-bye. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Whereas other places it's 9. Other places it's 10. But South Amboy's like, no, 8 o'clock. Like Sayreville is 10. But not my town. So now they're pushing to get the weekends to be 10. Like, fucking push for 12. Why not?
Noise ordinances. Everybody's outside.
Drunks walking around town. I mean, it always happens in this town. This town is famous for it. Look at Sandy. Remember what happened here in Sandy?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking bar down the block cranked up generators and opened up after the hurricane and was serving beer. The entire town was there drinking. It was anarchy. But MLB proposals. Back and forth and back. Back and forth and back. No baseball. Yes, we're going to have baseball. No baseball. Now there's a new agreement on the table that looks to be something. Did you see it?
No.
The 70 game. They want to play 70 games. Expanded playoffs this year and next year. Full prorated salary. Money.
Told you the MLB is going to capitulate at the end because they're not going to make any money if they don't.
Money to be donated to the movement. Other money.
How about Fauci coming out saying there'll be no football?
Other money being put somewhere else. But here's the you know how every bill goes through Congress and you fucking read them and you're like, you're giving money to what? Like, there's fucking pork bellies, earmarks, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They got their own earmark in there that they want to sell advertising on 2020 and 2021 uniforms and reap all the benefits of it.
Good luck with that.
That's what I was thinking, but I think MLB just may bow down just to get a season in here. I don't like the idea of advertising on uniforms. I like the clean look. I know it doesn't matter. And I know some's probably sitting there going, yeah, it don't fucking matter. I don't give a shit. The NBA uniforms kind of look stupid with Kentucky Fried Chicken on the front. It really kind of looks stupid.
But then you look at football, not NFL, world football.
Yeah, it has to be, though. Has to be.
And
has to
they've
be.
been advertising on the front of their jerseys for years. You have one main sponsor, and you might get
but they have to.
one or two that can go on the sleeve, and that's about it.
Their only form of and I shouldn't say only because the most expensive franchise is a soccer team at $3.2 billion net worth, but that's their only form of advertising. I mean, the stadiums have their advertising, which is split amongst everybody in the league, and then you have your own advertising because there's no commercials. You can't sell commercials. It's one of the biggest, most watched sports, and you can't sell commercials.
That's why it's one of the biggest, most watched sports is there are no commercials.
Well, I don't know if that's one of the major reasons. I'm sure it's up there, but that's the only way team makes money besides ticket sales and a percentage of the TV rights. And that's how they all work. You get a percentage. There you go. MLB wants to slap logos, sell the jerseys, slap logos on them, and reap all the benefits of the money, which, okay. Good luck. Like you said, I own the uniform. I'll give you 10% for your patch. Right? Uniform's property of MLB, no?
I thought the uniform's property of the team.
MLB advertising. They control everything. So it's got to be approved by the MLB, period. But you're right, Fauci coming out. I mean, all of a sudden, hey, here's Fauci. Remember, this is the same guy who told you didn't need a mask, and now everybody in the world can't go out without a mask on. Remember that. He comes out with it's not a really great idea now, is it? Because we're not out of the first wave yet, so the second wave hasn't come yet. And then it'll snow, and there'll be a third wave, and then it'll take a break. And it'll be fourth, fifth. I don't know. Fauci, I lost a lot of faith in him. Sorry. I get it. I'm hearing things like 25% capacity, fans in the stands based on season ticket lottery. So if you had a season ticket, you can apply for a season ticket, and if your lottery's called, you got to pay up. Boom, boom. You don't have to pay for all your tickets because you don't know how many you're going to get to go to, lottery style. Hey, look, Lori in the house. You'll want a single say, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. But NASCAR's letting fans back. 1,000 people last week, all first responders, but I hear that they're going to start opening that up more and more. I don't know. Yes, that I thought was quite interesting. It's only that'll be the second time in its history it's not run in Charlotte. Yes. What was the other one? Richmond? I'm not sure. In fact, someone, not, you don't have to. Someone, it might have been, yeah. I thought it was with an R, so I'll give you that one. And now I read, yeah, yeah, I totally agree there. And NBA is now going, oh, maybe Florida is not such a good idea. To do battle ball. Yes, that's pretty much what they're going to do, right? Yeah. I don't know. Wrestling pulled it off. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I can totally get on board with that. I mean, same thing for a lot of people, like the waitresses. It's like, oh, it's so great to see you. It's so nice to be back to work. Or this one, oh, I'm down. I'm working at this place and I can't stand it, but I needed to take a job because you can't get unemployment, which is really kind of fucked up when you think about that. Someone like myself, independent contracting, can get unemployment, but the barmaid can't. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, look, it's real simple. A tip is 20% now. Period. End of story. End of story. Yeah. Right, right, right. Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah. 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 You're getting like a third of your of minimum wage or some shit like that. Like $10 an okay. Yeah, $10 an hour for your oh, what is that? I only need you here for 4 hours. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. But it's fucked either way. It's right. That's why I'm glad so far. And the 2 nights I went out, I never heard one person complain about service. Um, there was none of that. There was none of the, I've been waiting for. No, it was nobody complaining about anything because I would have lost my shit. I mean, I would have lost my shit on somebody if they complained about anything. Okay. Yeah. I mean, even like yesterday, last night through the little rainy mist shit, we were all having a good time, hanging out. It was great, doing shots, drinking beers, chilling, yelling at each other across tables, fist bumping, you know, and playing bags. How you feel about malls opening, Ren?
I think it's more of how do the consumers feel about malls opening. How many people are going to be willing to go to a mall to go shopping?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, certain stores, I will go to the mall if I want certain items.
Yeah, like I want to go get another pair of I need my summer shoes, but I need to try them on. I mean, can we?
Right.
Are you even going to be able to do that anymore?
So, funny story. Lola
Yeah.
goes to Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
and she happens to be in Walmart down in Freehold, not the one up by us,
Mm-hmm.
because of where she was off doing what she needed to do the other day.
Right.
Goes into Walmart, finds a cute little like short overall, like shorts overall in white. She's been looking for something white. Goes to go try them on in the dressing room. The
Right.
woman goes, "No, you can't try them on."
Uh-huh.
She goes, "You can take them home and try them on and bring them back." She's like, "Okay, fine." Brings them home, tries them on, realizes she bought a size that was double the size that she is, therefore too big. She needed to return them. Goes to bring them back, and still no returns. We're not accepting any returns on clothing.
Yeah. 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 Nothing. Nothing. I think
Oh,
this
but
is.
she puts up a Cinco, and well, I was told I couldn't try them on here, and if I could have tried them on here, I wouldn't have brought them home.
Right.
And now you're telling me I can't return them when I was told yesterday I could return them.
Right. You're right. You can't return anything.
Oh, she won.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she won. They
Hmm.
returned it because she's like, I was told I could do this. I wouldn't have done it if I couldn't do it. So this is your problem, not mine. So
Lowless.
that's the kicker right there. Like, you want to go try a coat on at Vans, lack of a better term. I bought that nice coat. I went to Vans, tried it on before I bought it online to know what size I needed. You can't do that. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to try on shoes. Like, how is it going to work? What's the point anymore of going to the mall to go shopping?
Yeah. Well, now you can't, and I think that's the new norm. I don't know. I mean, I guess they can't stop. You can't bring it back to the store. You got to mail it to our returns department. But you can't try it on. So good luck. I think that's gonna be like the new norm. That's why I'm like, fuck. Am I even gonna be able to go like try a pair of shoes? Because I don't know if I want 11 and a half. I don't know if I want a 12 and a half. I'd like to. go into a store and, try on a 12 and a half if it comes in a half size. And maybe if you have it in a wide, like to try that too. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. That's going to suck. You're going to be buying things 3 times and waiting for your refund to come back. Right, I do, but I don't think they're any good. And my golf shoes no, my bowling shoes are good. My golf shoes are no good. No. Eh, Maybe it's the other way around. My golf shoes might be bad, and my bowling shoes might be good. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. 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 They just spray some shit into them. No. Let me fog you. Crank it up, Phil. Get in the clean room. Yeah, think about. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if it's. I mean, I took the car to the dealership, and right there on my receipt is the COVID cleaning of my car. $34.95 value, free of charge to our customers, and that was before they got in my car, and then they performed the work on it, and then they drove it to its spot, and they sprayed it down again before I even got the car. Yeah. So
What did they get you for?
Right, yeah. What were you gonna say, Red?
What did they get you for mountain balancing?
$250. Well worth every penny. Well worth every penny. $100 to mount. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, and it's the. Yep. What I like about the dealership here, and I say this to everybody, the guy down the block who charges you like $26 a tire or whatever to do, no, no, no. You got to find one of these places that has the Hunter system. Used to be the Hunter 8000. Now it's the Hunter something and the Hunter Hawkeye. That's the shit. That system is laser guided, laser beams. The specs are in the computer. This is what the car should be. Wow! It put all 4 fucking things on your wheels, and it shoots the lasers all around your car, and it gives you your readouts. Here's what it is. Here's what it should be. Here's how to fix it. Yeah. Yeah. Strapping that fucking tire down to the thing, and putting the fucking center thing on, and then spinning that tire up, balancing it left to right. Sure, like a saw or the safety cage on your 10-speed bicycle or 3-speed bicycle. Yeah. 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 And my tires are balanced for 165 miles an hour. So it's pretty fucking fast. You got to spin up a tire and balance it. Yep. Oh, yeah. But yeah. $250. Mount, balance, alignment, camber, tow, the whole bit. $250. Well worth it. Car drives like a dream. It's not hard on the road anymore. It's nice and soft. And it's pin straight. Now I just have to get my
Until you hit that first pothole.
No. Never had a problem with that in the car so far. My rear camber is out of alignment, but it can't be adjusted unless I change the suspension, which may happen anyway, but we'll see. Something that's toe adjustable, so I know the back is right, and probably the thicker sway bars and the top mount strut bars on the torsion rods is what I'm looking at. I think EKS makes them. I'm not sure who it is, but I think it's them.
And there's me putting a 3.5-inch lift on.
Yeah, and just to stiffen it up a little more. 3-inch lift. That's actually kind of easy to do, bro.
Yeah. I'm thinking of going long arm, so yeah, it's a lot more complicated.
Well, yeah, but that's just
that requires welding and cutting.
No, it shouldn't. It should be.
It's not bolt on.
It's not bolt
long
on.
Arm. Long arm suspension, not mid arm or short arm.
Okay. 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 Oh, we're not going to be able to see.
Yeah, adjust this bracket, move this bracket, take this bracket, put this bracket on, use all your factory upper and lower control arms. Now, if I'm putting a lift on, I'm replacing all the upper and lower control arms. I'm replacing the steering stabilizer. I'm replacing the drag link. I'm replacing.
Yeah, you got to get the angle right.
I'm going to probably end up having to replace a drive shaft too, front drive shaft.
Yeah, it has to be re-angled, which means it's got to be lengthened slightly for the new angle. Otherwise, I mean, and you don't have to, but that's how
you might not right away.
That's how you blow universal joints.
I might not right away because I want to put in. It's got a 44 Dana 44 in the rear, only a Dana 30 in the front.
Yeah.
So I think I want to put 44s on both ends.
Yeah.
I want to put lockers on too.
Okay.
ARB air lockers.
Yeah. I'll give it a nice suspension lift and ride. But yeah, you got to re-angle though. If you don't, you just blow universal fucking gears. That's what was wrong with this Jeep.
And if I blow my front transfer case, then it just speeds up my timeline of putting in a new transfer case.
Yeah, and all you do is just disconnect the fucking drivetrain, and you got your rear-wheel drive. You're good to go.
Yeah. Did you find her a Jeep yet?
No, no. Nope. January 15th, July 15th, she's supposed to go back to work. I asked her to look around. There's a shortage on Jeeps all of a sudden. So
I see lots of Jeeps all over the place.
Yeah. Carvana pending sale on 48 Jeeps. All stick. Pending sale.
She wants stick.
No, we want stick. Yeah, absolutely.
Getting harder and harder to find.
That's why I want stick. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she's a mall crawler, so she'll be fine with that. She ain't gonna take it off road.
No, it's just the comfort of and security of driving stick. I know I can stop that car faster than you. Period. Put me behind a stick of any vehicle. I'm going to stop it faster than you. I'm going to save my life and everybody else's in it. Your life first. I never swerve away from the accident. I swerve towards it. So the driver's side gets hit, not the passengers. But I'm going to save your life first. And in a stick, I know I'm stopping. You know, I trust automatic manual more than automatic.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, you're at the mercy of the brakes at that point in an automatic vehicle. At least in a standard, you can engine brake.
You can, well, in these new automatics, you can engine brake too. You had one.
Yeah.
Your Passat, your
Yeah.
Jetta, your all those. You can engine brake.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. You don't have control over the torque band on it. It's where it is. I've got 6 gears to get through to where I need to be. Wherein it's or all right, yeah, paddle shift. Paddle shift, but I don't think you really feel the car when you paddle shift. I like to have my hand on the pump. I like to have my hand on the shifter. I feel it. You feel the tranny. Feel it. Na 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 na.
So you're lowering your stump. How many inches you want to go down? 2?
Oh, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Anybody? Bag it. Right? Ease it right down on the fucking ground. Fucking A. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm, I fucking love it. 2 inches drop down. I would put it like real low to the ground, wouldn't it though? I mean, yeah. Yeah.
See him running around with like my low profile Fiat tires, whatever size that is for that rim. P0 Neros, hard as a fucking brick. Every bump you hit, you're like, ooh, just bent a rim. Ooh,
like-
just cracked a rim.
Like the dudes who have the 78 Buicks riding on 22s and put them itty bitty low profile tires on. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And then there's me. I'm like, I got 33s right now. Do I go 35 or do I just skip it and go 37? And call it a day. I'm not putting 40s on. 40s is a whole nother ball game. 40s is a 4 to 6.
Yeah.
40s is like a minimum 4.5 to 6 inch lift. Definitely got to go long arm at that point. You
Yeah.
have to go long arm at that. Oh, you got that big 4 road park down that way. Nahari. I can't remember the name of it. That looks like a fun place to go. Nawari, that's it. Nawari. go there and go mudding.
Yes, I do. As an Xbox conversation, bro. I, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right.
It's on the bucket list, my friend.
Mm. Well, you need to go down with two people. One to shoot, the other one to fly the drone around the car as you're driving it. Fly around. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my drone. It's still being built. I am getting I ordered it last October. Yeah, I'm getting the Scardio AI powered drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered it on 10/31, and due to COVID, they had to shut their factories down. It's all made in America by like literally like a team of 12 people is this entire company. And I was supposed to have it about now. And my guess is I might be lucky if I have it by September. But I got that one because of its auto follow,
Oh yeah.
its maneuverability, its AI power. Like you can literally set this thing up. I could set it on my patio in a little box. Every day at 6 a.m., it could get up, take a flight, go scout out the area, come back, park itself,
Right. Yeah.
automatically download the footage to my phone. Like it's the AI they put into this fucker is amazing, and its object tracking and avoidance is some of the best in the game.
That's. I want one.
SKYDIO.
I'll buy one eventually. I want one.
Look them up. It's some badass technology. I looked at DJI's. I have a buddy of mine who runs a drone business. This guy gets hired to go to like Florida and Martha's Vineyard to
Should I
drone shoot for like wakeboarding competitions and sailing competitions and
you want me to give you
surf
the
competitions. He's like one of those guys that's out there with the drone footage you see on ESPN.
I'll bring up read up, Ren, if you want. I can read the commercial. Yeah.
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 I watched a video on YouTube once, and I watched this one guy from. I've started getting into your realm of life, Thump. I've been watching like reality, real people doing real things. A bunch of Jeep channels I started watching. This one guy, The Road Chose Me. I've been watching him for like the past 2 days. This guy drove from the tip of Alaska all the way down to the tip of South America, 40,000 miles over the course of 2 years.
Oof.
And he never recorded that one. It was before he wrote blog posts and took photos and did all that. Then he got at the idea of he wanted to do it again, except this time he drove around the entire coast of Africa. Built a Jeep, shipped it in a container over to Belgium or wherever, hopped in the car, hopped the ferry, went over to Morocco, and literally, I up to he's in the Congo or in Cameroon or something like Congo. Because he's like, I would have pictured the Congo being full of trees. There's no trees here. It's all grassland. But this guy, like, I've been watching him, but I watched a video of a guy who is a huge drone guy for skateboarding. He the drone that he built his own fucking homemade drone. This thing is like 8 blades, and I'm not shitting you. Its wingspan has got to be 36 to 40-inch diameter. It's huge. And this guy has been hired to do movies of like you have one take to do a stunt with a car, like they're blowing up the car or something like that, and you need to get it right, like a high-speed chase or something like that. And you're only getting one take for this whole thing.
Mm.
He's been hired to do that shit. I mean, there's people out there like if you got in early, you can make a mint doing drone if you're a good pilot. You know, I picked the drone I picked because I've only flown little bullshit drones here and there, and I know how hard they are to fly. Yeah. I picked this drone partially because of the autonomy and smartness it has that will automatically make me a better pilot. Yeah. Exactly. Like, oh, take off. Hit a button and it takes off. Okay, I want you to follow me. And I go in, set a couple things on an app, and it follows me. Right. That's kind of why I chose the drone I chose. Like, kind of taking the cheater method and the easy way out, so to speak. Because there's not a lot of places, even around here, Webb, that you can go fly a drone. You might be able to go up to the waterfront. You might be able to fly a drone there. I'm not sure you can.
Flying it right out my fucking back porch. You go.
I mean, I would do that here, but all the trees that I have around here, I can't.
Yeah, you got a lot more trees. I got launching area. I could send it down the block, no problem.
You know, I don't have the ability to. You know, I need to go to a park.
Yeah.
To learn to fly.
Yeah. Mm.
And then again, you're in regulations like, well, they allow you to fly a drone in the park. I mean,
I know.
You remember the show we went to, the guy trying to fly in a drone at the art center? How well did that work out for him?
No,
Were
I don't.
you there? Were you there with me when that happened? The guy
Oh,
that got popped?
Yeah, yeah, that was the show we were at. Yes. Hang on a second. I got 210s. That's all I can do for you.
That's perfect.
That's all I can do is 210s. Sorry. Somebody need to change. Juice is in the house. But yeah, well, no, Daddy. Dave. Oh, just Dave. Yeah, Dave. Right. Dave. No, I know it's Dave. I get it. I know. Hasn't been Juice. I know. Sorry. Voice it. Yeah. Yeah, time to be a grown up. Yeah, Red Man 420. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ren. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I, yeah, that was, married with a baby overnight. It's crazy. Life goes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pleasantly happy for them. The little one's adorable. The little one's adorable. Yeah. Yeah, true that. True that. Um, Ren, I know you brought up the whole NFL Fauci thing before, but I don't think you ever made a comment on that. Did you? I don't think you did.
No, Fauci says, don't be surprised if there's no, or he doesn't see the NFL coming back.
What do you think?
And I think a lot of that's coming up because of what happened in Texas this week, where, players from both the Texans and the Cowboys all tested positive for COVID. So I mean, there's going to be backing if these type of things keep occurring.
Sure.
So I mean, think about it. Okay, so we're in June now, and this is happening, and they just allowed teams to start practicing together again.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to have more teams coming together as we get closer. And then you're going to have teams traveling to other places. What happens if a NFL team, say, second week of September, has 5 players test positive for COVID? So they got to self-quarantine, and all the players that they were in contact with, their own teammates, need to test positive. And then you have the other NFL team that they just played, who these players came in contact with. so now you got 2 weeks, two teams with 2 weeks out of football, which totally foobars your schedule. Like in reality, like if this happened to 6 teams in the NFL, how do you go about having a season?
Yep.
And NASCAR is a dude who sits behind a wheel in his own vehicle and drives them in circles.
Yeah, but yeah, it's at that point now. Yeah. NASCAR. eh, Yeah. 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 Good. What makes it even harder for the NASCAR guys is these circuits are running like the NASCAR's Cup Series is running 2 races a week. It's 1,000 miles in a race car. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not every week, but it has been to play catch up for time missed. And I'm sorry, 1,000 miles in a race car in a carbon fiber seat, dude, you are eating like a half a bottle of Advil or Tylenol before getting in the car. And at every pit stop, you're chewing more. Because it's got to be painful as fuck to run 1,000 miles. You ain't got no nice, comfy leather seat. This ain't some road trip across the country. Yeah, it ain't easy. Yeah, yeah, and you gotta. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, 1,000 miles in a car a week. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, what with baseball? What's spring training like? A couple of days, right?
I don't think they can do that. I think that
They're gonna
they'd have to at least give them 2 weeks.
there's something. I think that's what it is. I think it is like 2 weeks, a couple of days. You play a couple games. Get 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 loose. Gonna play 70 games. There'll be lots of double headers, I would think. Or maybe that's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody care about basketball? I mean, yeah, playoffs. Yeah, no, yeah. I know. That's why. Don't disagree. Don't disagree. Like right now, your entire concert series is put on hold till August. August. So that, yeah, but yeah. Yeah. But the concert series is postponed till August, period. All venues. Yeah. 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 Right now, that's like with PNC over here, the amphitheater, outside amphitheater. What does it hold? Like 22, 25,000 people or something like that. They canceled everything up until August. The August shows are on as scheduled. Right. Yes, true that. Third Eye Blind in July. I think it's like July 25th. Is doing an outdoor concert. They'll be, right now they're like the first label band, I guess, to do it. One of the drive-in concerts. Drive in with your car. Music will be broadcasted over FM frequency. The band will be playing on stage, massive screens, all new technology, interaction, and they're doing a show. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. 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 There's like three in Jersey, and the Yankee Stadium parking lot's being turned into one, and yeah. Right. Yeah. It's so easy to set up, man. All you need is a big screen, a decent projector, and an FM frequency modulator. Fun. Yeah, yeah. I used to have one of those. Uh, yeah, he's got one. I mean, mine wasn't big. Mine was 12 by 8. Yeah, mine wasn't big. It was 12 by 8. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, mine was those seatbelts, and then I could adjust it to get the screen straight and nice, and yeah. But again, yeah, yeah, Yeah. Releases wrinkles fast, shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, right. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yep. Mhm. Yep. Yep. Mhm. Yep. Yeah. 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 The more room. Yeah. Like I had one was 12 by 8, and you just plugged it in, and it had like fucking fans in it, and it blew itself up. Yep. Yep. Exactly. And it just blew itself up. And it had fans in it, so it kept it going, and the fans were like whisper quiet. You didn't hear them over the, the system or. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And my neighbors would hate me more, and the projector. Well, I would have to get a new projector there, but the screen is in Googly Eye's attic.
Ooh, that could be dry rotted at this point.
Nah.
It's only canvas.
No, it was nylon. It wasn't canvas at all.
Um, Still.
Yeah, I mean, lovely. Mm, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Screen I had was like that too. It's very. Yeah, yeah. All right, why don't we take a break? I want to get another beer. Let's see. Pay some bills. Uh, God. I tell you, I'm just going right here. Fuck it. That's the one I'm playing. All right, 8-Bit Bros, Thursday late edition. We'll be right back after this.
Hey everybody, this is Jim Andrinos with New Media Comedy, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the Turnpike Comedy Festival. Last year, we gave 20 comics their first ever television exposure in a 2-day festival right here in New Jersey that we broadcast on Amazon, and you can go watch it right now on Amazon Prime. And here's the exciting news. We're going to have another Turnpike Comedy Festival this year. Enrollment's open right now. Go to turnpikecomedyfestival.com. Read and see if you qualify to enter, and if you do, submit for this year's festival, and we will see you on Amazon next year.
Hi, I'm Snowy Angel.
And I'm Kinky Candies.
Have you heard of Spunk Lube yet?
Oh, you have got to get it.
I mean, really, it's the lube that everyone's talking about and everyone's gonna want.
Look at that. It looks like real cum.
Yeah, I mean, how can that get better? I mean, it's nice. It just feels so good when you rub it all over yourself.
Everywhere.
everywhere. And you know what gets better about it? There's different kinds of spunk lube.
They actually have hybrid.
Yes, and they have different colors too. Like they have pink and yellow and even green. Like, what can get better than that? If you want like the kinkiest, spiciest nights, yes, spunk lube.
Oh, hell yeah. Get spunked today.
Get today at spunklube.com. That's right, spunklube.com. Don't forget it.
Get yours.
Right now.
Hello. I'm not a doctor, but I've played one in movies. And maybe you have a movie that has a doctor in it, or a lawyer in it, or superheroes in it, or maybe even just tap dancing little people. Whatever your movie has, there's a home for it, and that's the Turnpike Film Festival. Turnpike Film Festival is looking for the best undiscovered filmmakers. And if you're a great undiscovered filmmaker, go to turnpikefilmfestival.com and check us out and see if you want to be part of our festival.
Everybody buckle up. Mom. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Come on,
Buckle
can we get some
up.
ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Nudist Colony Activity Coordinator.
Mr. Nudist Colony Activity Coordinator.
Wearing nothing but a whistle and a clipboard, you're living the real American dream. Getting paid to think up fun things to do naked.
Running free.
Sure, there's danger. Vinyl chairs, sunburns, chafage, and lawn darts completely out of the question.
Watch out now.
Your keen instincts tell you to stick to activities that involve lots of bouncing and jiggling. And if that doesn't work, who cares? You're all naked.
It's your birthday.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, nudie boy, because we all know when the going gets tough, the tough get naked.
Mr. Nudist Colony Activity Coordinator.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
You got something you want to get off your chest? We want to hear it. Call in 917-720-3038. The Ironic Radio hotline is now open. Ironic Radio, well, isn't it?
I'm listening to 8-Bit Bros.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk up. My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk
8-Bit Bros, late edition. It's Thursday. Can't tell you what day of lockdown it is for other people in this country anymore. New York's at like, oh, it's still 101 or something like that. It's like 101 days. I don't know. We're free. I don't know if I go to the mall though. That's kind of scary. I know we talked about that. It still kind of freaks me out. Definitely kind of freaks me out.
I don't know if I can buy that anymore, bro. You're like, I'm not going to a bar for 2 weeks, and you've been to bars twice this week.
What's nice is it's controlled environment. Not a lot of tables, not a lot of people going out there. So, and it's the locals. Well, yeah, where? Anywhere? Okay. Okay. Yeah. How'd that feel? Felt good, didn't it? Okay. Nice. Good to hope. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Trust me. Um. Yeah. Oh, that's still closed. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Mm. Yep. Yep. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What do you And we get a couple players together for their own little workouts and shit. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, if this all happens, they better mic everybody. You have no crowd noise. Mic everybody, and let's hear the game as it's actually. Hello, XFL.
Give us XFL with NFL players. We can hear you.
We could hear you perfectly
yeah,
fine.
no, the stream couldn't.
Oh, well, that's yeah, okay. That's Dump. What do you think of the new rules for Daytona and Talladega?
What do you mean?
Lowering the horsepower of the car from 550 to somewhere between 500 to 510.
It was one of the things that they were talking about doing for the entire season at one point. Like these cars were all about to get a downgrade in horsepower.
The restrictor plates are being decreased again.
Well, they're being strengthened.
No, the
restrictor plates are being strengthened. The horsepower is being further restricted.
Right, by the new
restrictor plates, which are bigger and badder. You don't use less of a restrictor plate and make more horsepower. So
okay, they're 59 64ths of
more horsepower.
They're 59 64ths of an inch, and they're being changed out to 57 64ths. So it's a smaller hole, less air.
Yeah, which is a bigger restrictor plate.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I know. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Yes, it's a bigger restrictor plate with a smaller hole.
Right.
Bigger restrictor plate, but it's smaller hole diameter. Yes.
Right.
You're absolutely right. No, you're correct. It's a bigger. Yes. Yes.
Yes. The plate itself there's more to the actual plate.
Yeah, and then just more safety features, that additional bars in the roll caging, where they determined that the cage failed for Ryan Newman. More safety stuff. Take the aero ducts off the front of the cars. Slow down a little bit.
I don't believe that is the appropriate procedure to take at the super speedways. I never agreed with restrictor plate racing.
Me neither.
There are many of other opportunities for them to increase safety with these vehicles that does not mean slowing the car down.
Yeah.
Like, look at Indy, look at Formula One. They've increased the safety on those cars 900% from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and their cars didn't get slower.
True. They're planning on getting these cars below 200 miles an hour. Last year, 204 was the top speed hit at the track.
Right, and that's what starts to scare people is when you start seeing those 200-mile. We know that's 87 was the last time we saw real 200-mile-an-hour speeds.
Bill Elliott.
And they were like 215.
Bill Elliott, yeah.
You know, what was the track record? It was like 221 or something like that?
Yeah, something. I think the fastest lap turn was
Talladega.
213. Bill Elliott, no? 212, 213 at Talladega?
I don't know, because they gave us those cars unrestricted, like 87, and we were hitting 216. Easy. So I would find it weird that they would allow us to reach higher top speeds than the car was actually reaching.
Okay, Bill Elliott, lap record, 44 seconds. Bill Elliott, 212 miles an hour.
212, huh?
212,809. Wallace. Wallace did it quicker in 44.27 seconds, which surpassed the previous record held by Bill Elliott at 212 miles an hour. Why do they do that? Why don't they give you the speed on both drivers? Why? Why do I get the time on one and the miles per hour on the other? Like, who is the fucking idiot who wrote this into Wikipedia? You're a jerk off.
Fix it.
I don't know the conversion. It's length times speed times. I don't. It's miles divided by seconds times velocity. I don't know the formula offhand, but I know Bill Elliott was the record holder, and it just says Wallace, Rusty Wallace, 2004. Still does 216 miles an hour.
216. Okay. And
216.
What year was that?
216.3 in 2004.
Man, I wonder what they did to that car.
Right. Bill Elliott.
We knew Bill Elliott's got faster because he lowered it.
Yeah, 1987.
He was well below the regulations in lowering it, and they had done something to the motor because that's the race that when he won it during his burnout, he blew the motor so that it couldn't be checked.
Yeah. Yeah. 216 miles
And what
an
was
hour.
that? Number 9 Coors car?
I don't
The red
know.
and white Coors car?
Rusty Wallace was driving the Miller Lite then. At least that's what
how, I'm talking about the Bill car. Number 9.
Oh, yeah, the number, yeah.
Number 9 red and white Coors car, right?
Yes.
You know what that was? Coors car?
Yep, Chevy Coors,
And
yes.
then Rusty would be driving the original Blue Deuce.
Yeah, the white and blue, the one that Kurt Busch took over. Yeah,
No,
same.
the one that Brad Keselowski took over.
Keselowski, rather, yes, thank you. Well, no, didn't Kurt Busch was in the car too?
Nope.
Yeah. No?
Kurt Busch did not drive the Blue Deuce.
You sure about that? Am I sure about that? I'm not. I'm gonna have to look this up, something because how do we get to his history? I mean, what's his Wikipedia page? Could have sworn he drove for when he was at Penske. No, the 2 Miller Lite car. It's my driver. I want you to know he drove the 22 that Joey Logano drives also. He drove the 2.
Okay.
Undeniable. 2008.
Yeah, I know. I've got several screenshots of him right now in the Blue Deuce. So.
Yeah. 2006, 2010.
Wow, it's funny. He drove Joey Logano's car too.
Yeah. Yep.
Except it was the 23 when he drove it, not the 22. That's what it looks like. According to that burnout, that is a 23 is what it looks like.
I got a 22 at Pocono in 2011.
That could be that Pennzoil car then.
He drove the number 22 Dodge. He won
that
the
looks like
Budweiser
the Dodge.
Shootout.
Remember when Dodge was doing those streaks down the side of all of their cars? Where the Deuce had it, the 22 had it, like all of them had those. Casey Kane had it when he was driving that Dodge.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I was pretty sure he drove the 2. I mean, for me, it'll always be the 97 Sharpie. I mean, to me, that's one of the greatest.
That is the OG.
That is one of the greatest advertisements in auto racing, period. A fucking Sharpie pen. The irony of it alone makes it a great
That was with the Rubbermaid and Sharpie.
Yep.
Like 97 was like one of the early numbers.
Yep, that's 2000. Yep, absolutely. And it was John Deere then.
Back when he looked a lot like his brother.
Yeah, it was originally a John Deere car.
Yeah, but that's back when he used to kind of still look like Kyle Busch, but he got a little bit thicker and now looks more like a Kurt Busch instead of a Kyle Busch.
Jeff Hammond was,
back in the day, he definitely looked like Kyle Busch.
Jeff Hammond was the crew chief then. When Kurt Busch drove the fucking John Deere car. But sports, man. Everybody's talking about sports. You see it everywhere. Everybody's a fucking armchair writer, posting articles, writing articles, sports. We've seen articles.
If you'd like to get a little bit of further publication on those, just go ahead and hit up our staff guy over here, Web Boy, and he could possibly get you some publications to the WBLZ media site if you want to be a staff writer.
Everybody's writing about sports. Everybody wants sports back. We've seen like 10,000 Mount Rushmore of sports articles go out, and now it's with the football. Football's going to happen. So which team's not going to make the playoffs? You're already seeing all these articles and shit. But people want their sports back. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Baseball needed to figure their shit out a month ago. You realize we could have had baseball already? And what better time to start baseball than on 4th of July? Not that I'll be watching baseball on 4th of July.
I was going to say 4th of July. Aren't you like blowing up half of New Jersey?
Well, yeah, at least a good section of the woods.
9,000 in demolitions that you've applied for.
It's gonna be a great fucking show. Told you, Ren, that's where you should be. Just come over and hang all day and take in the 45-minute fireworks show that's gonna happen. It'll be fun as fuck. Be fun as fuck. Did you see that article I posted? Anybody got any Oh, what the hell is that? That's cool. Dropped and chopped.
Thump, go look at Slack. Your next car.
I've already done that. So you should see I responded already.
Oh, did you?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yes.
Did anybody see that article I
Yeah,
posted?
it needed nothing else to say. Just yes. Shh. That's me. Go for it.
Right.
Drop a Hemi or an LS in that bitch.
LS1. Yeah.
Meet Webby on the track and say, "Let's go, motherfucker. My Jeep will beat your Subi."
Yeah, it might. Is it heavier? Probably. My car's heavy. My car's definitely heavy. It's like 3,100 pounds.
Now all I want to do is just run in the other room and be like, "All right, babe. So here's what we got going on."
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. That's just a front end conversion, ain't it? Though that's not.
No, that's that whole thing.
No,
is
that's
done.
that's chopping the ass.
Yeah.
There's a lot
That's
of work.
building
done.
an ass for it.
That's a
Yeah,
lot going.
yeah. There's a
That's
lot
like
that's
100
going on here.
The
It's
only
like
thing that's stuck
oh,
on that bitch is the fender, the fenders, the grill, the front bumper, and maybe the rear fender flares.
Yes.
And the side view mirrors.
This has got the Honda Del Sol tail. The front quarter fender is that of a Chrysler 500. It's definitely not the four-door Jeep because the A-pillar in the center is totally different. And the side split windows in the rear, that doesn't exist on a Jeep. The nose is authentic Jeep. I do like the way they molded the front flaps into the metal on the front quarter fenders below the lights. I like that. It looks kind of cool. But I wouldn't drive this. No. That looks like it's a windshield waiting to be shattered by a rock.
There's no aerodynamics with that at all.
Yeah, it's like the 2011 Jeeps. They're just too big for their own good, and everybody puts a windshield in them every year. Every year.
It's every Jeep ever in history, bro.
Well, not really. Not really.
Yeah.
The design.
My 90 replaced at least 3 or 4 windshields. My 98 at least 3 or 4 windshields. This one I'm expecting at least 3 or 4 windshields. Every Jeep, it's a box of brick on wheels.
The 11 through the 14s are the worst. Look it up. I had this conversation with the gentleman who's gone through 4 windshields in well, that would be what, 8 years? 9 years?
Yeah. I went through 4 with every Jeep I've ever owned.
Yeah. No, I never did the windshield in the Jeep. However long she had it. Never did the windshield. Had one small little hole in it.
She also didn't drive it on highways or on trails or anywhere other than going to work and back.
It didn't spend an entire summer going down to Long Beach Island?
In bumper-to-bumper traffic that you're not going to have rocks spit up at you.
No bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's never bumper-to-bumper traffic. If you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic going to the beach, you have no clue what time to leave. You are not a good fucking Benny. Benny, go home.
I'm not a Benny. I've never been a Benny.
I didn't say you. I'm saying if you don't know how to avoid short traffic, you are a fucking Benny. I've never sat in traffic for the beach. Long Beach Island, never. Maybe at the causeway because the bridge opened.
Yeah, that's anywhere.
Yeah, but never traffic.
I was gonna say you can't predict when Sutter's gonna want to pull the boat out.
Well, yeah. Tried to get him to bring it down to LBI one year. Why don't you drive down here and fucking anchor up and sleep out there? We can go out fishing. It's like $250 in gas to get down there.
That's insane.
It's like a full tank of gas to get down there. When you got twin motors, it's like a full tank of gas.
Did he sell that yet?
Nope.
I was gonna say I hadn't heard nothing about it.
Nope. I told him to put it back in the water. I give him half the dock slip fee. Put it in the water. I give you half the dock slip fee, and I'll fill the tank. Let's go.
What'd he say?
And he was like, well, ha, ha, ha. And then we drank and got loaded, and that was that. I'd rather get a jet ski at this point anyway. Still rather get a jet ski. I wanted to do that 2 years ago when I had the opportunity to buy two of them at take over the lease and not deal with cash up front. Just take over my lease. But that didn't materialize. Kind of sucked because I would have done that. I think jet skis are way more worth it than... the boat's fun. I want to go fishing. I'll go out on a party boat. You can do that right now.
Yeah. 50% capacity.
Yeah, it's like 28 people on a boat. 30. Something like that. I would do that. That's better than 60 people on a boat. I hate going on a boat when there's like 60 people on it. You can't cast. You just got to drop line. That's it. Here you go. This is your spot. I want to fish. I want to find my spot. I want to walk around the boat. You got that many people on the boat and you hook something big and everyone's got to reel in, you're the asshole. But it's not your fault you hook something big. I've had that happen. I had that happen in Mexico. I told you that story. 250-something pound marlin I hooked and everybody had to reel up and I had to fight this fish for 2.5 hours. How pissed do you think everybody else was? They couldn't fish.
It's like, yep. Sorry, this takes precedence.
Yeah, so when you get back to shore and fucking sell that fish, you're paying everybody else's fucking fare on the boat. And that's what you got to do. Otherwise, you're getting beaten up.
I'd imagine, especially in Mexico.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Be like, oh, yeah, gringo?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You thought that's how it was going to go down?
We throw you in with the bull tonight. The what? The who?
Yeah. You didn't know. We also do bull shows.
I sat.
You're the entertainment.
I sat through a fucking bullfight in Mexico. I'll never do that again, ever, anywhere, ever.
You know, that was actually the most common response I've heard to that.
It's horrible.
I
mean, it's great, but it's horrible at the same time.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the bull has already been stabbed like 8 fucking times before he even comes out. His balls are tied up and squoze so tight to make him buck all over the place. And then he's basically prey to a guy who has no chance in losing at all and makes it look good. Yeah. It doesn't.
And then they slaughter the bull?
Then you eat it that night downtown.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a steer.
But I'm also a big fan of the idea where matadors were matadors and your bull was your bull was prime. If you were gonna fight a bull, you need to fight like level playing field as far as y'all both come into the fight healthy and only one thing walks out of the arena tonight.
Tie rubber bands around your balls and send you out there.
Yeah, right.
Tie rubber around your balls and stab you 8 times.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, it. And what sucks when I went back in the 90s, once you were in and had your seat, they took all the planks away to get the fuck out. So the only way to get out of there was to jump into the tunnel, which is like a 15-foot drop. So you're pretty much stuck
Yeah.
As they bring out, the first bull that's 100 pounds, and the second bull is 200 pounds, and this escalates up until you're at a 600-pound bull, the extra large El Presidente, and by that time the entire crowd is chanting for the bull, and the matadors are pissed. I had one bull jump up into the stands. That freaked me the fuck out. I wanted out after that. Get me the fuck out of here. I'm gonna die right here. Get me the fuck
That's
out.
when he noticed that he couldn't just walk back across that board. He was
Yep.
like, whoa. Where's the board?
Yep. I had no choice but to sit through like the mass slaughtering of like 5 bulls.
Yeah,
then enjoyed
that's
how
why you saw a lot of places that have toned it down. Like through the 2000s, a lot of places have further and further restricted it. There are a few places in Spain that still do it, and a few places down in Mexico that still do it, and some of the places through South America that may still do it, but it's not as widespread as it used to be, and a lot of the old venues are shut down.
Somewhere in my parents' basement, I'm sure, in a huge Tupperware something another, I have photos of the bullfight, and I have photos of the blood just squirting out of the bull as they're entering the ring. I mean, I had some sick fucking photos of a bullfight. I should post that shit online. Start like PETA against them or some shit.
Yeah, but PETA's already ripped into them so bad. I think that's where they're at currently, why they were so heavily dismantled. But
draw attention to something else than everything that's fucking going on right now. Anybody know what's going on with Hillary Clinton's fucking email fraud trial?
I'm not worried about Hillary Clinton's email fraud. I'm more concerned about
nothing's going to ever come of it.
I'm more concerned about the fact that lynchings are seemingly becoming more prevalent around this country, which is terrifying.
I posted that article out. I didn't know.
Oh no, I'm not even worried about your article. I'm talking about like before your article. You're the 5th one I've heard about.
Yes. But this one has me shaken up because of the circumstances.
Yeah, the circumstances and the ties that go on with it. Well, it's just kind of scary to sit here and be like, you look into the Aubrey situation and you're like, oh man, that style of hunt down and kill a motherfucker, that's some old lynching style Klan shit. But then you hear that after that situation, actual lynchings have taken place, and it's like, what? Wait, what? It's like, are we really trying to go backwards like that? Like, let's not do that, people. But so that's been kind of terrifying just to hear that exists in the world.
This one's got me a little freaked out because if the law enforcement was involved in the shooting, was he hanging from the tree when they shot him, or did they shoot him and then put him in the tree?
It's 2 different people.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, read your article. It's 2 different people.
It's 2 different people?
Yeah, one guy was hung.
That was Fuller.
Fuller was hung, and
oh no, Teron Boone. Wait,
no, Boone was recently shot by police.
No, he was the one who was found hanging, right? The man was identified as Teron Boone by an attorney representing the family of Robert Fuller, the 24-year-old man who was found hanging.
Okay, yeah. So Fuller was hung, and the new guy he was shot by police.
Deputies. Boone was Fuller's half brother.
Right.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah, it's a weird circumstance. I'll give you that. The fact of the matter, let's go back to the idea that the first guy was hung.
Oh yeah, fucking hung.
Now you have kind of what seems like police interference into an investigation that is ongoing.
Yeah, what was there? Something about it was an experiment or teachings? What? What?
Yeah, it's weird.
I read something about that. I'm like, well, what the fuck could you possibly be teaching? I get we're in a time of civil unrest, but do you really want to whip out the history book and teach people about how the hangings happen? So I don't know what to believe with all this. But the whole idea.
Isn't there still a state in the United States that hanging is an option for you to still choose?
Yup.
Like, because
Yes.
just know, everybody out there, when a state still has the death penalty, it doesn't mean that you're mandatory lethal injection. It doesn't mean that you're mandatory. In some states, you have a choice. You actually get to pick your way out. They will give you in the most expansive states of selection. I think it's hanging, electrocution, or lethal injection. I think those are the choices that you're allotted to uh, across the board. Some states are electrocution states. Most are uh, go to sleep, shoot 'em up,
Right.
go to sleep.
Where can I be hung? Hanging has been practiced legally in the United States of America since the nation's birth, up until 1972, when the United States Supreme Court found capital punishment to be in violation of the Eighth Amendment to the Constitution. 4 years later, the Supreme Court overturned its previous ruling,
Yeah,
and
because it's a states'
capital
rights issue.
punishment was again legal.
Yeah,
Hanging has been
capital punishment qualified under states' rights.
You can be hung. I don't know why this article says hanging. That's not even a word. Hung in Washington, Delaware, and New Hampshire. Those are the 3 states.
I believe Delaware and New Hampshire. It's kind of weird here in Washington that you can still be hung in Washington. Like
Oh,
I
hey.
thought they were a no DP state.
You hear all that, you choppers or chazzers or whatever the fuck you want to be called this week?
And
You
your
can be
autonomous zone. Hey, look, back off the Chazzers, okay? Because we have a Chaz. That's actually his name. Well, not his name, but it is his name in our chat program. He's Chaz.
$6 hot dogs. And we don't need no money, but we're charging $6 for hot dogs. Fucking people. I don't understand. And I don't know why we haven't gone in and just taken over the area.
What, the autonomous zone?
Yeah.
That is the most interesting civil experiment I've ever seen take place in the world. Like, you look at it, and it's armed guards at the entrances to the entire area, while the people inside are just hanging out.
Yeah. Peace, love, and understanding, bro. Autonomous zone.
Yeah, the autonomous zone is
United
a
States should
weird
just
experiment.
United States should declare them a separate entity and cut off all funding, because now you're your own country. Cut off all funding.
I mean, the good thing is they've got a police department.
Well, yes, because it's legal to have guns, and it's an open carry in Washington, open carry state. So everybody's armed. But I think they should, declare them their own independence. Declare them an independent. Cut off cell phone, internet, electric, water, gas. Cut it all off. And tariff the shit out of them.
I think I just found me a new podcast, guys. I can't wait to go in and actually start checking out their shit. But Fat, Drunk, Stupid.
And if they want to come back to the United States, you better have papers. And now you're an immigrant, and you're subject to immigration laws. Have a nice day. I get the idea of what's going on down there, but it's stupid. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's a very interesting take on moving forward.
Yeah.
All right. So I may have called for revolution for a long time period. I may be a person who is definitely sided on the idea that our current makeup of government is obsolete and that we need to definitely do something different. But I was also with a mindset of just kind of progressively working our way that direction and figuring out how through our current process of making
something
that
better.
Well, our current process of making something like what we want a thing. Because we all want the same thing, and that's for things to be better. And just across the board and fair treatment for everybody. Like, this is a unanimous thing. Nobody just wants somebody else to not be able to exist.
Yeah.
unless you're Hitler.
Mm.
Like everybody wants to just be a part of the system of society and be fairly treated amongst all people. Like most people, I should say, not all people. Like some people just want to watch it burn, and some people just want their people to be the people. But good thing is those people are in small groups. Most people generally just want to exist within an environment where everybody kind of gets along when they see each other out and about. And aside from that, if they deal with each other, they deal with each other.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I never thought that revolution would be like seizing control of a portion of a city. I never thought that the revolution would be the abolishment of police forces in our country.
See, I've been reading a lot about that, and I did post out something on Facebook more as a social experiment to see.
Well, the
It,
battle cry
it's
is abolishment.
yeah, and
Okay,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
what I'm
that's
talking. That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about when I say it. Like I know abolishment isn't actually taking place
yeah.
in some of these areas, but I didn't think that would be the battle cry. I
No,
didn't
look,
think that that
look,
would be an idea of the direction of like let's just eliminate law. That means the anarchists are somehow winning, and I don't know if
it's
that philosophy is necessarily the right direction.
like Camden, New Jersey, eliminated the police force, diminished it down, defunded, whatever the fuck. At times, the state police step in. They have their citizens watch and all that other shit. Um, it didn't do much to change things as far as crime and murder rates at all. It really didn't.
Well,
Um,
the the
and go ahead.
the truth of the police force needs to be what they're needed for, not all the remedial tasks that we gave them. They don't need to be militarized, but they need to be able to deal with like rape and murder and robberies and like real criminal shit. Not for anything, the Atlanta situation is a prime example where, you know what, cops didn't need to go deal with the guy who got drunk and was ready to drive away. You know who needed to go deal with that? A social intervener that has legal enforcement to go. We're gonna have your
Postal.
we're gonna have your car towed home.
Yeah,
We'll get you an Uber.
yeah.
You don't need to be
Post.
drinking. We're not going to allow that to happen. It's not a situation that needs to be. A guy doesn't need to be put in jail and turned into a monster and a criminal. Like the escalation of that situation was kind of unwarranted by both parties on
Yes, I don't disagree
how it
with that.
escalated. But a man didn't need to die that day. Like that was totally not necessary. And I stand with everybody that says that the man who used lethal force needs to be prosecuted for the use of lethal force. I'm kind of on a little bit of a misunderstanding on why they're charging his number two in that situation, because the rest of the stop was kind of by the book and it didn't really go outside of the realm of what they are legally allowed to do
It's
and what is proper procedure. But the lethality of that man's decision to think it was okay to shoot a man running away to kill him, like that was a problem. The other side of that issue is less of an issue.
It's a tough situation here because, again, it's another senseless killing tragedy that we've seen unfold in front of our
Hey, you fat,
eyes.
drunk, and stupid, follow me back.
But he took the taser from the cop. He resisted arrest, tried to run away, turned, and in that video, to me, you see a plume of something. I think
Oh,
he tried to.
he
I think
fired the
he
taser.
fired the taser at the cop.
I
Now,
thought he hit the first cop because the first cop kind of goes off to the side, a little dummy,
Yeah.
a little
Okay,
dummy.
so-
I thought when he hit the hood of the car, I thought he had been tased.
here's what I'm gonna say, and I'm not fucking playing devil's advocate. I'm gonna put myself in the mindset of the cop at that second. This fucking guy has thrown me off his back while we were wrestling on the ground. Managed to steal my fucking taser and run. I'm chasing him. He turns and is firing this taser at me. If this fucking thing hits me, I'm going down because it don't matter if I've got Kevlar on. Doesn't matter. It's electricity. It doesn't matter. That makes it worse, actually.
It's not going to get through a
That's
Kevlar
not
vest.
necessarily
It's not-
true. That's kind of some straight up bullshit. But
Even the police department came out and said the same exact thing. It doesn't matter.
If it hit him anywhere else on the body,
it's barbs.
it's not going to go through Kevlar.
Okay, all I'm saying is
Going through it. I never said going through it. It's barbs. It clings to it, and it's electricity. The electricity is going to go through the Kevlar. It's going to create one big shield.
Kevlar's not.
Oh, yes, it is. It's conductive. Look it up. Yes, it is. It's conducive to electric. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So is carbon fiber, which is what Kevlar is based off of. Yes, it is. So my point here is, if I go down while this fucker's holding the trigger, all he's got to do is run back and take my gun. And the only other officer on the scene is now in danger as I'm incapacitated. That's what I'm thinking.
Kevlar is used for guys that work on transmission lines. It is not conductive.
Nope.
I thought it was. It's carbon. It's carbon based. All carbon based.
Actually, they were saying the difference between glass, carbon fiber, and Kevlar tend to be non-reactive.
Thank you for looking that up, because I was under the assumption it was, because it's carbon based. Thank you. Either way, I mean.
No, this cop is wrong for doing what he did. Lethal force was never needed.
No, it wasn't.
Also, the city bylaws in Atlanta say that you are not supposed to use a firearm on a suspect running at any point. So his training should have told him not to do that.
I don't know, any point run away. So if you're running away from me and you're pointing a weapon in my face over your shoulder, I can't shoot you first. That seemed little eccentric.
It's a big hard no on that though, bud.
Yeah, I'm shooting. Just like these fucking people.
Well, then you would pay for those consequences if anything resulted of that. And you should be held accountable for that. The rule says no. And you taking it upon yourself to shoot somebody is you violating the law.
And Atlanta's got tough laws on it, which is a good thing. I just don't.
You don't have to agree with it, but at the same time, you would have. You're right. You would be the same as the cop. He shot because he felt like he needed to shoot, but he was wrong.
All I'm trying to say is there is definitely that moment where you have.
I don't believe that there is a moment ever that somebody could shoot a taser at me that I'm going to be like, now I need to shoot you with a gun.
You're pointing a deadly weapon. A taser is a deadly weapon. You, as a citizen, aren't allowed to own one. It's a deadly weapon. You're not allowed to own one.
Really? Are you sure about that?
In my state, you can't.
Oh, well.
Okay, state by state.
I'm sorry.
You're in the South. You're in the South, so it is state by state, and you're in the South, and the South is a.
All right. Well, no, your generalizations don't need to.
Let me finish, because it's not just you in the South. The South encompasses 11 fucking states.
I know.
And those.
The state of New Jersey allows anyone 18 and older to have a stun gun or taser.
Stun gun? You can't have a taser. You can't have you can have a stun gun.
The New Jersey law allows anyone 18 years and older to own a stun gun or taser.
When was that written in? Because it was never like that. I mean, a taser? I couldn't have a fucking BB gun in Jackson, New Jersey. A BB gun. When was that written in? Because,
Law hit the books.
Yeah, I would love to know when they hit the books. Section 2019.
New Jersey did add a regulation in 2018 stating that no one younger than 18 years old may possess a stun gun.
Yeah. 2019, the law was put in effect. 2019.
Well,
That's
I don't believe that
Actually,
you're going back.
2017.
I was
the
going
law
to
was
say
put
I don't
into
think
effect.
you're going back right because his adjustment to a law was 2018. A law being installed couldn't have been 2019 if there was an amendment to it in
I'm seeing
2018.
yeah, I see that now. So 2019 is a
2019 was the latest amendment.
for reasonable limits on possession and or carrying.
Oh, I'm sure there's class
Yeah.
requirements and stuff like that. Just like if you were to go buy
So,
a firearm.
Point is, again, I stand corrected, but it is a newer law, one I am not familiar with, because I know for me, when I moved into New Jersey 2001,
Yeah, but
I couldn't
that's
have a
like
fucking
20
beat
that's like
gun.
20 years ago. So
Yes, okay, yeah.
we got to
Yeah,
remember how outdated anything that we say 20 years ago is.
Yeah, I know. This is, like I said, this seems to be enacted much recently within the last 5 years.
That
we
was
agree
like
upon 5 years.
that was like a buddy of mine going, well, you can't get a fucking medium burger in North Carolina. I was told when I was working here that I can't make medium or medium rare hamburgers, and I'm like, what was that? 20 years ago?
Can't get
And
that.
he went and checked the numbers on it, and it was no. You can go order a medium hamburger at any restaurant in North Carolina that you would like to.
Not in the Cracker Barrel. That's corporate policy not to serve
No,
it
well,
anything.
that's Cracker Barrel, but Smoky Bones is probably one of those too that doesn't allow. And that was the particular restaurant that he was talking about. But I had to let him know. I was like, that's not a state policy or a federal policy. That's a corporate policy.
Here's some interesting tidbits on the hanging conversation. 1936 was the largest and last public hanging.
Yes.
Public hangings were outlawed after.
This is actually this particular hanging that you're speaking of was a very famous hanging.
That's right.
Because the reason it was the largest attended is because everybody knew it was the last one.
Well, it was outlawed after that, but he was convicted of rape and was hung in 1936 when 20,000 people showed up to watch it.
Could you imagine? Like, not for nothing, all these social justice warriors, and I'm not talking shit about y'all, but don't, like, all this that you're doing and you want to belittle and berate and destroy somebody's life. I want you at the point that if you think they are such bad people, I want you to go watch their death. I want you to go own the responsibility. I want you to be publicly attended when you watch that person die.
TV show, Faces of Death.
Yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't a TV show. That was
a DVD movie.
Well, it was VHS. Like, let's come on. Betamax, I think, was the first couple ones. 1 and 2, I think, were on Betamax. And then I think 3, 4, 5, and 6 all were on VHS. And it was where I was introduced to frozen monkey brains as a delicacy. And I was like, you know what? I'd probably do it.
Since 1938, 36 rather, the last public hanging, 3 other people have been hung.
Yep.
Billy Bailey was hung in the United States in 1965. Charles Rodman Campbell in 1994.
Yep.
And Wesley Allen Dodd, he was a serial killer, sex offender. He was hung in 93. I remember that.
Yes, I do remember that one.
Yeah, he was just a kid. Fucked up, though. Yeah, I remember that. Not much I remember in my childhood, but I do remember that one.
The death penalty, all right, not for anything. Social justice and social reform has taken place in a lot of areas. The states have been primarily responsible for it individually about making the change that needs to be made in their areas. The cities have been responsible for it on what needs to be made in their areas. It's why you don't see the death penalty a lot of times in a lot of places because of wrongful convictions that the judicial system is willing to take a scratch of giving a man life in prison instead of putting a nail in a man's coffin. And that's why you've seen certain states abolish killing somebody. Now, I am for the death penalty, but I'm also for proper judicial process. I want
Serial-
when a man is definitely a killer.
Serial killer.
And
Execute.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a killer,
Yeah.
and especially some of the most vile people that we've
Yeah.
heard of in the world. That person deserves to be extinguished from society.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we don't need to take care of them for the rest of their life. We don't need I don't believe that part of the equation should still exist, but I am a very strong advocate for making sure that due process is correctly followed and making sure that everybody is given the right to a fair trial. So it's a weird line, and
Yeah.
you've seen states that are battling federal when these decisions are made about how convictions are done and how they process and what terms are given for what crimes and stuff like that. And it's hard. It's hard. We've talked about it several times, especially in the context of you talking about what's allowed up there and me talking about what we do down
Yeah.
here. And that's where just the conversation just between the two of us gets to be so prevalent to what the national stage is. There's no way that Washington, D.C. can entirely govern all of this.
True that.
And not for anything, there's no way the police station should be responsible for governing every aspect of ill behavior in a society, because some things don't warrant the police. Some things could deal with a social advocate.
I get that, but you're still going to have the police on scene. I mean, like a prime example, domestic violence. Domestic violence call. Yes, you're right. There should be some sort of
Okay, so one cop and two social workers.
Right, social worker. Because you never know what the situation is when you get there or how far it's already escalated is.
That's why I
the
say
husband,
one cop,
yeah.
two social workers, a male and a female that are able to
pull. Has to be more than one cop because cops aren't allowed to be outnumbered.
You've got two partially trained social workers that are on site, and their job is to diffuse the situation and separate the parties involved. The cop becomes less of an issue. He's just there to make sure that if a moment escalates, they can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only thing. But in most situations, conversation tends to be pretty easily regulated. Especially in most domestic disputes, a conversation generally nullifies the aggression in the entire situation.
Yes.
So there's not a need for a multiple number of cops. You don't need a brigade of people showing up at your doorstep to try and diffuse a situation that literally a conversation could take care of.
Mm. Yeah.
And sometimes police presence makes things more escalated.
Well, yeah, it makes it worse.
Because one or the other goes, "Oh, you called the fucking cops," and then it becomes a problem. And it's like
that's my household.
So when you look at those situations and what they're doing and what they could do,
right? It's hairy.
Well, but it's also you also find out that maybe the cops aren't needed in a lot of situations that we're tasking them for currently.
True. As of 2019, I just got a correction here. New Hampshire remains the only United States state to allow hanging as a secondary method of execution.
Yeah, I was going to say there are very few places that I think still allow hanging. Hanging's been considered because of the ability to fuck it up.
Well, it's like the electric chair too. I mean, the first person who was zapped 2 surges of electricity for fucking 2 minutes a shot.
Oh gosh, he had to have been baking at the time.
4 minutes of juice.
Yeah, he had to have been baking at the time that shit ended.
Yeah, that was William Francis Kimia of Buffalo, New York. New York was the first state to introduce and use the electric chair, and he was the first person juiced for killing his common law wife.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Like he probably deserved to be killed, but there's also probably something to be said with he didn't deserve to be turned into a fucking hot dog on an electric fence.
Yeah. As far as lynchings go, I mean, that was big after the
Well,
American
lynchings were a thing, and then hangings something completely different. Lynchings, the connotation, the
Here's
of
a
lynchings is
here's an interesting tidbit. Scholars estimate allegedly 4,742 people, total people, mostly male, were lynched between 1882 and 1968. 4,700 people.
damn.
3,400 of those individuals African American, 1,300 white. That's the
You know what the 1,300 white were for?
Probably because they were witches. Oh no, that would have been burning at the stake.
Yep.
Isn't that that's lynching?
Fraternizing.
Yeah. Oh, fraternizing. Yeah.
Yeah, fraternizing was punishable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's what happened.
Absolutely.
It's what happened to the kids. What was it? The kids out of Philly who came down to Birmingham.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the three
What's
kids.
that movie?
The three kids. Yeah, and they just came down in support, and they ran into the Klan, and the Klan was like, "Guess what? That type of behavior is not allowed down here."
Yeah, that was a movie. I remember that.
And it's like, holy shit.
I should say I don't remember that. I
Like
remember
that's
watching.
why when I heard the Aubrey situation, I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is some beyond me type shit. And then when I heard that there were actual lynchings taking place again in the world, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck are y'all people doing? Like, remember, we're goddamn people.
Yeah.
We're people. Stop this. This is insanity. Do not keep taking us back. We're better than this. All of us. All of us are better than this. Stop it. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Take a chill pill. Relax a little bit. Look, federal government, make weed fucking legal. Like, something. Like, we gotta calm people down. We are wound too fucking tight if people are willing to fucking hunt people down and hang them. Like, stop.
Today, a bill passed through the Assembly of New Jersey. It's still got to get through the Senate and another office before it makes it to our governor's table to decriminalize the use of marijuana or 2 ounces or less.
Oh, wait, hold on. Y'all aren't going to DC this, though, are you? You're not going to fucking fuck it up to the point where, like, you make it okay to have 2 ounces, but you don't have a way to sell 2 ounces.
Yeah, no, you're not going to be able to sell. No, that's
well, no,
going to...
see, that's where DC fucked it up, though. It's like every other place that's decriminalized and made some sort of legal possession has also made a way to transfer property and to maybe make a business out of it.
Yeah, what
DC was like, nah, it's okay to have 2 ounces. It's like, well, how do I get 2 ounces?
Yeah.
Well, that's not our problem.
Jersey tried to make it a pound. They were so pissed that the vote to legalize marijuana failed in this state. This is a very democratic state.
Smoke pot, fuck a thought.
Yeah. It failed miserably that they tried to pass through a law that fine. If it failed, fucking you can have up to a pound, and it's a $50 fine. And they fucking were like, now it's down to 2 ounces at a $50 fine. They're trying to push it back up to a pound or some shit like that. But
Why don't you just legalize it and take the tax dollars? You're gonna need the fucking tax dollars after this entire debacle. I mean, what's wrong with the state?
Yeah, I was gonna say recouping the money that we're losing during COVID. This would be the perfect
I
moment
mean, it
to do
almost
that.
makes it a no-brainer.
If you want to have legal marijuana in the state of New Jersey, everybody listening, go
see a doctor.
Fucking vote.
No, that's it. It's simple. Go vote.
It's on the docket this year. Murphy got so pissed off that they wouldn't push the bill through to legalize marijuana. He had no choice but to leave it up to the people.
You want change in your neighborhood. You
Vote.
want change in your state. You want change in your country.
Vote.
Just go do it. Like, not for anything we do. Well, I just saw a thing, a post today that was like, MTV turned 38. Welcome to 14 years of music.
Right.
And I was like, but still, rock the vote.
Yep.
Like, can we get another one? Can we get another real push? Like, motherfuckers vote. 8-Bit Bros, we're doing it. We're doing it before anybody else is really making the real big push, I guess. You fucking do it. Go vote. We've said it on the past 3-4 fucking episodes. Like, go vote. Go. Look, protest every fucking day up until the day of the fucking election. Then everybody take a day off and go fucking vote.
Vote. You ain't got to go pull the fucking vote for a president. You ain't got to pull the vote for a senator. You ain't got to pull the vote for a Democrat. But go in and look at your ballot and vote. You can vote for everything except the president. If you don't feel like your vote is going to matter or count, or you don't like any of the candidates in the presidential race, that's fine. Don't vote for that. But vote for everything else. Vote for the things that are important.
I also believe that nationally we should still be allowed to do write-ins for president, and nationally we're not allowed to do write-ins for president.
Well, you can.
No, nationally you're not. There are certain states that do still allow you to do write-ins, but nationally you're not allowed.
You have to ask for a write-in ballot when you sign the book or your ID. You have to ask it for a write-in ballot. That's available in every state, but
that involves a lot more education into voter regulation and shit like that. And also register as an independent. Anybody moving forward from this, don't pick a party. Just don't. It's not necessary. Don't side with one of the two sides.
Unaffiliated.
Yeah,
I had to do it this week because I had to renew my driver's license, and I had to do it online, or I could do it online. First time in my life I could just get a driver's license online.
Yep.
Yeah. And one of the questions,
unaffiliated.
Do you want to register? Yes, I want to register. Pick your party.
Yeah.
And I had to look through the list, and it's like Green Party, Libertarian, Republican, Democrat, unaffiliated.
Yeah, that way, and not for anything.
And that's what I chose.
Not for anything, guys. What he's saying right there, it's a very important fact for you to know, okay? Because guess what? All right, sure, it's probably going to triple the amount of spam calls that you're going to get through that latter part of a voting year, but it's also going to gain you access to all party information. It's not going to relegate you to the propaganda that is being fed to you, to the party that you were subscribed to. It is not going to relegate you to the propaganda being spread from the party that you were against. It is going to...
The only negative drawback, and if you want to call it a negative drawback, is you do not have the ability, being unaffiliated, to vote in any primary.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's
see, down here,
I don't see it.
Down here, they get to vote in both.
Hello? No. Okay, if that's your state, I don't know anywhere where you can be unaffiliated and then go vote for whatever. You can't vote in a primary. You can't go vote for the Democratic primary I'd like to be able to change parties all the time. Look, the Democratic Party is stuck with Biden. And if you're for Biden and you don't like the words of me saying stuck with him, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But there were way better candidates out of the 20.
Yeah, there were way better candidates out of that grouping than Biden would have been.
23, and you came up with Biden because why?
Because Bernie.
They were afraid of Bernie.
Because Bernie was too powerful.
And Biden is a long life politician like Bernie was, but Bernie's crazy.
It's weird. No, it's weird. The Democrats felt like they were taking a Trump if they allowed Bernie to win, because he was so not the Democratic Party mindset or candidate and was taking control of their party. And it's what Trump did to the Republicans too.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a moment of fear for them. They got scared and they showed it. That's the problem that we run into. The Republicans were scared. They didn't know what to fucking do, but they were just kind of like, well, there it went.
Right.
They let it happen. The Democrats, on the other hand, put their foot down and were like, no, we're not going to let it happen. And I told you, the night that South Carolina showed us the flip and Biden was going to be the guy coming out of there, I was like, the Democrats just fuck with this election.
Yeah. I mean, I still.
And I'm a registered Democrat. I'm still a registered Democrat. I'm not independent or libertarian or
I think.
unaffiliated. I'm still a registered Democrat, so I still get all of that information and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It was a party that when I was younger, I mentally stood behind the philosophy that I thought was what the Democratic Party represented, and
Right.
then to like dive in and really do my research and have a look. What I should have done in the first place, but it is a hindsight is 2020 issue, where I should have done a lot more research into the party that I had decided to align myself with. There have
Yeah,
been
but when
great
you did that,
Democrats that have existed. There have been great Republicans that have existed. There have been
yeah,
great
when
Whig
you align
Party.
yourself
There,
at school.
huh?
When did you align yourself? When you were in school? Because that's
Actually,
when I.
believe it or not, the first thing I did when I was in school is I was Ross Perot in a presidential debate.
Yeah. Okay. I liked Ross Perot. I was a big fan of Ross Perot.
That was one of my first like political alignings of anything was not Bill Clinton or whoever was running against him. It was Ross Perot.
Yeah.
And
Perot.
it was like this guy's not either of those two fucks. I'm down for that idea. And then I ended up registering as one of those two fucks, and I was like,
Fucker, the guy
I
took
betrayed my child self. I
guy
betrayed my
took
child
one-
self. I was just like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna do what I want to do now.
Ross Perot take like 21% of the public
Yeah, still
vote.
not enough to get him. Still not
No.
enough to get him into enough of the stuff, man.
There's only like 93 electorals or some shit like
Yeah,
that. But
it's 30. You need 36% to really be a contender. So
yeah. And we're all fucked again anyway because it's going to be the lesser of two evils. I know that there's.
I don't know
other.
if this is a lesser of two evils. I think this is going to be the nation goes quid pro quo, for a lack of better term, and something that they should be slapped with immediately. And I think they're going to reelect Trump. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I do not believe in the philosophy. I will find a way to not vote for him, but I'm also not voting for Biden. I'm not party ticketing. I'm probably just going to vote for what's her name, Jill Jorgensen, whatever the fuck her name is. I'm probably just going to vote for her because I'm tired of the
Joe
big
Jordan.
two. I'm tired of the big two.
Yeah.
And if I can make another voice more prevalent, then that's a good thing.
I've done some research on her. I haven't done enough yet. There is a policy, and I don't remember what it is offhand, that I definitely cannot back with what she stands for.
I'm voting for the chick from Hawaii.
Oh,
Joe-
dude, that's my chick, though. That was who I thought should have won the Democratic nominee.
It should have been Booty Judge.
Fuck Booty Judge.
Booty Judge had all the right reasons.
No, I was what is it? Yao? No.
Yeah.
Guy from New York.
Yeah, I was with him, but I was mainly with like our former military vet.
Okay.
She had everything rocking for her, man. She understood the workings of government and how to get things done.
Oh, okay.
And not for anything. I mean, that's what we need is somebody who knows how to get things done. Because right now we got a lot of people who like to banter, that like to talk about things that should be done. But she's been in the red tape, and I thought she was going to be the one who would get the red tape.
I realized we had 30 people run for the presidential bid.
Yeah.
For the 30 people run for the nomination.
Yeah. How many of those were on the Republican ticket that were all just told sit down and shut up?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to see that change rather quickly.
3.
I mean, hey, you go to...
It's not going to change rather quickly. This is the...
it'll change in 4 years.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Trump... I honestly... I think Trump's trying... I don't think Trump wants to be in office anymore. I think he's going to self-inflict himself.
I don't think he does either, but I think he's going to be reelected, and it's going to be one of those things. I don't think he wants the job anymore, but I think he's going to get it again, and it's going to be one of those things where he's like, God damn. Look, anybody who doesn't understand how negatively this could be portrayed, go watch South Park over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And watch their third grade teacher get fired, hired back, turned into a fourth grade teacher, fired again, and then make a run for president on fuck him to death. And then find out he's going to win the election and go, oh shit, what are we going to do? I think that is literally where we thought that's where Trump was before, but his ego was still way out ahead of him on the idea of becoming president. Now he's been there, and he's been slapped with a lot this last year of his presidency. He got like all the foreign policy agenda that he could possibly be fucking slapped with, because all of a sudden the Middle East started having problems with oil. They wanted to figure out what this price adjustment was going to be. So that's a catastrophe, just dealing with that. You have Russia sitting here going, so, how things going? You had China going, y'all motherfuckers can fuck the fuck off. While Japan is going, please don't leave. And Korea's going, y'all need another base? Because we might want y'all here. And then you got Corona.
Yeah.
And then Corona is like, I don't give a fuck about none of what y'all got going on. And then we dealt with that situation. And then we had justified unrest within our country that it's got to be hard. Like, I don't care about this man's politics or policies or anything else. He's the president of this country, and he is constantly being updated and told about you think it's bad when you're watching your social media feed and you're seeing all the shit that's going on? This dude is on Twitter like a fucking mad fool, and we see it all the time when we see his Law and Order tweet and everything else. We see these fucking things going out. We, the country, see these things, and they're highlighted because it's one fucking person. He's got a fleet of fucking people who are telling him about every tiny fucking thing that goes on in this country. And I couldn't imagine having to deal with that shit. Nope. Even as level of a person as I try to make myself on a regular basis, I don't know how I deal with just knowing that much at any given moment, constantly being told what was going on.
Sure, phone ringing, talking to whomever, information flowing constantly. It's like overload.
And he's getting it on a global level, and we're having all these problems in the United States. And trust me, I'm not on his side. I'm not making any excuses for this guy, but it doesn't matter who this guy was.
Yeah.
This is a lot for one human being to deal with.
You know, it's funny you say that, because now take that and look at the last two presidencies. Both of them stepped into wars.
Oh, yeah. When you look at Bush to Obama.
One was handed a war. Another one fucking inherited a...
Yeah, it's insanity.
Country. I mean, it's been crazy for any kind of government leader. I mean, Trump hasn't done a great job of leading us through, but...
Yeah, but that's why I say it's not even about policies or personality at this point. Just the situation in itself as the president. Holy fucking shit.
You had Mueller. You had the other guy. You got Barr. The people around you are fucking, they're worse than the president.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not even about any of that other, all of that are just attachments to the situation. To be sitting in that seat
Here's
no
a
matter
funny,
who you are.
Here's a funny one for you, and I think this helps explain it a lot. IDK sits here at the rental and works all day while I'm on the couch with my CNN, Al Jazeera, BBC, Fox News, MSNBC, listening to what's going on in the world.
Hey, Ren, should I cap stop?
And IDK is the least political person in the world, and today, for the first time, I heard it come out of her mouth, is every fucking thing in the world Trump's fault? And I just looked over and I was like, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
Nancy Pelosi farted and it's Trump's fault.
the dynamic of it, I mean, yeah, but see, that goes into a propaganda mode where you're like, oh, let's attack the other side because of this side. I'm not even of that mindset. Like I said, regardless of the person who's in that position, regardless of whatever their policy or politics are,
Yeah.
I want the world, and especially our own country, take a step back. Look at that moment. Look at the abundance of what you're saying this person is responsible for, regardless of who they are.
True.
And look at what you're saying when you do that. Not for anything. I have to give Trump recent credit for going, not my responsibility. Y'all need to figure this shit out, and pointing at the governors of states that were going, oh no, shit's going fucking haywire. And he goes, y'all need to wrangle that shit the fuck in. Because not for anything, if your state leadership can't handle something going on in your state, y'all need to get out and vote more. Like, it really starts at the core. If your city is falling apart, you need to look at your city leadership. It is not the president's fault that your city is falling apart.
It's true.
Like, look, that's why I keep stressing it. Vote.
It's important to vote. It's important to vote.
Go vote.
Important to vote. Really is.
It is literally the most important decision that you can make every 2 years.
It's funny because not a lot of other countries around the world give you the ability to vote.
It's what the United States do. That is freedom.
Yeah, that's right.
That is the freedom. Like, we may be restricted and mandated and IRS and taxed without representation and like all these other downfalls in the democratic process that is the United States. We're not good. We're not perfect by no means in any way, shape, or form. But when you talk about the freedom that we have in the United States, we do get to make the choice of who leads our areas. And we get to make it at the point of your township, your city, your like the smallest incremental governmental body. You get to pick those people.
Yep.
Learn about them. Learn about them. Take a little bit of time out of your day and go learn about the people who want to be in control of your environment. Learn about those people. Those people matter. You don't want douchebags in power putting rules in place that you don't agree with. Don't let them get elected. Stop them. Your fight is right there. It's what the foundation of the United States was built on. We were tired of the tyranny of a king that we didn't get to have any say-so with. What he said was done. We were done with that. We decided that we put a system in place that allowed us to pick our leader that we all agree on. If y'all haven't seen now how fucked up that situation could be when we don't all vote.
Voting is an important thing.
And don't let them trap you into two parties. Don't let the political fucking machine try and bowl you over and be like, oh, these are the only two selections you get. It's like, yeah, but those aren't the only two people that are willing to run for fucking president.
That's right.
Don't limit my fucking access to this. Go and make sure that every voice is heard.
That's right. Do your research. Do your research.
It's up to us. We're the only people that are going to be capable and culpable for whether or not we survive in this global economy moving forward.
Yeah.
All right, boys, I got boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just wrap it up on that. Go fucking vote.
Yeah, go vote.
Go
Go
fucking
go
vote.
independent, go unaffiliated, go whatever
What?
means
Just-
allows
yeah.
you to just put it on paper.
Make sure you check all that out and what your voting rights are, because I know it varies state to state, and when you can change parties, because you choose independent, you're locked out of Democratic and other primaries. You go independent or not independent. You go libertarian. You can't vote in certain shit. And sometimes when you're faced with 27 Democratic nominees for presidency, and you can't fucking vote in that and voice your opinion, it's like, oh shit.
Also remember, more importantly, national elections are not where you need to focus most of your time. You need to focus most of your time at the ground.
Yes.
Always
Oh.
look down. Always look down on your city. You should be the shining light that your city should be looking up to. Make sure that your leadership is the same quality of what you expect.
Starts in your township. April
does.
Bros. Good night. Yeah. We'll see you next Tuesday for, I don't know. We'll see what the weekend brings.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Because
Going to Delaware.
Yeah, we are
Getting
traveling.
on a boat.
Yeah, we are
I'm
traveling.
going on a boat and going to Delaware.
Yeah,
I'm
there
on
you
a
go.
boat, motherfucker, on a
Fucker.
boat.
Yeah, it's we'll see what this brings. Yes, April Bros. Tuesday night, Thursday night. Peace. We're out.